What if, tomorrow, every text, every email, every TikTok disappeared forever? Your entire digital life gone. No messages, no calls, no GPS. How would you find your way? How would you connect with anyone? Tonight, we're exploring the terrifying reality of a world without digital communication and whether humanity is truly equipped to survive it. Welcome to Timeless Telling, where we dive deep into stories that challenge the way we see our world. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join us as we imagine what life would look like if every single digital connection vanished overnight. This is the great digital silence. Right now, your life is built on invisible threads, data packets bouncing between satellites, and fiber cables beneath the ocean. Billions of devices hum together in perfect, silent coordination. But imagine this. At the stroke of midnight, every screen, every single digital trace simply dies. No warning, no explanation. The immediate aftermath. Chaos. Your alarm clock doesn't go off. Your phone is a useless brick. Power grids, many controlled by digital networks, stumble. Banks freeze. Airplanes can't navigate. Stock markets vanish in a blink. Picture the panic as confusion spreads. Governments scramble, but their own communication lines are dead. Even simple tasks finding your family across town suddenly become Herculean. Within hours, the lifeblood of modern society begins to clot. Automated supply chains gone. Grocery store inventories dwindle. And trucks, dependent on digital logistics, sit idle. Cities that rely on constant deliveries face starvation within days. Hospitals lose access to electronic records and life-saving equipment. Patients who rely on machines powered or monitored by digital systems face terrifying uncertainty. Without instant communication, police forces and emergency services are crippled. How do you dispatch help when radios and networks are dead? And soon, the cracks widen. Water treatment plants falter. Fuel can't be pumped or tracked. Neighborhoods transform overnight, some uniting to share resources, others descending into lawlessness. Humanity faces a brutal question. How long before chaos takes hold? Yet, in the silence, survival instincts awaken. Communities rediscover skills thought obsolete. Navigation by stars, handwritten letters. Runners carrying messages across towns, farming without machines. Could this forced return spark something remarkable? Perhaps humanity would reawaken old strengths, ingenuity, craftsmanship, face-to-face connection. Small groups might form tight-knit, self-reliant units, trading goods and knowledge like ancient villages. But not all adapt equally. Some will hoard, some will unite. The question becomes, will humanity fracture into isolated tribes or come together in a new kind of cooperation? Information sharing transforms. No more scrolling for answers. You pass knowledge by word of mouth through printed books or hard-earned experience. Oral tradition could rise again, echoing the storytelling of our distant ancestors. Days turn to years. Rebuilding the intricate web of technology from scratch isn't a matter of flipping a switch. It's decades of relentless effort. Power plants must be restarted, communication lines rewoven, transportation networks reinvented. Communities with natural resources, skilled labor, and strong leadership become hubs of a new order. Power shifts from corporations and distant governments to those who can grow food, purify water, and teach critical skills. New forms of governance emerge: local councils, barter economies, perhaps even regional alliances. Success isn't measured by the latest gadget, but by sustainability, resilience, and the ability to endure. And then there's the psychological toll. Imagine the quiet after the constant buzz of digital life. No endless notifications, no online distractions. At first, it's unnerving, an emptiness you can almost feel. But over time, might that silence become a strange kind of peace? History shows that humans are astonishingly resilient. After wars, plagues, and natural disasters, we've adapted and rebuilt. In the great digital silence, innovation wouldn't vanish, it would simply change. Engineers would work with pencil and paper, inventing analog solutions. Farmers would teach city dwellers how to live off the land. Communities would rediscover the power of collective effort. Perhaps, out of the ashes, we'd measure progress differently, not in bandwidth or terabytes, but in how self-sufficient and humanly connected we become. But make no mistake, the path would be brutal. Millions, perhaps billions, could be lost before a new equilibrium is found. The question is not whether we can survive, but how much we're willing to sacrifice. So, could humanity survive the great digital silence? Maybe, but the real lesson is clear. Our interconnected world is fragile, and our greatest strength may not be in our technology, but in each other. Maybe it's time to ask ourselves, if the screens went dark tonight, what would truly matter tomorrow? Thanks for watching Timeless Telling. If this journey into a silent future made you think, give this video a like and share it with someone who still has their notifications on. And remember, sometimes the most powerful connections are the ones we make face to face.